plenty of classes with Dr. Talib, not enough though. And graduated last year. I work for UPS right now. I was living in Washington, D.C. for a few months, working for a counterterrorism firm. And the company closed down, though. You got to be careful, man. Congress, when they cut their budgets.
Not because of you, right?
Yeah. When they cut their budgets, it does affect people. So, go ahead.
My name is Yosif. I'm from San Antonio. I'm going to dental school at Health Science Center right now. I'll graduate about a month from now, so looking forward to that.
That's great.
My name is Ameen Aziz. I am a resident scholar and imam in the center, and I'm originally from Pakistan, living in San Antonio since so long.
So, if you want, we'll start off if you can tell about the masjid, how constructed and everything.
Well, in Islam, we call masjid, or you can say mosque, and that is the place where we get together, and we're supposed to get together 5 times a day and offer prayer and worship. Mosque basically is the most holiest and sacred place in our religion. As you look at our carpet, and we pray on the floor, ground, and that's why we put carpet, and we ask kindly everyone to take the shoes off before they make the entrance to the mosque. All the mosques basically built in the shape that they are facing to Mecca, and we're going to pray after a few minutes, and then you will have chance to look and observe. Basically, you know, every mosque has 2 sessions, one for the ladies and the other for the men. And the purpose for, between men and women is separation is to have a more focus when you stand before God, and, you know, avoid or eliminate temptations during the prayer time. Also, that we have a nice upstairs, probably Mr. Sakib will give you a tour at the end.
Sure.
And it's a nice facility upstairs. That we have around altogether, we have 2 Friday services twice, and in the first one we have a 450, 400 to 450 first prayer, and the second around 350 to 400. So altogether 900 to 1,000 people come on a Friday. Regular prayers, not that many, because, you know, work and because of, you know, we're busy, everybody's busy. We have several mosques in the form of major 3 centers, or you can say 3 big mosques. One is here, and the other is Fair Haven. The third is on Kuleva Road. We just, finished this building like a year and a half ago. That was in August 2010. And facility is nice, good, but we are running the difficulty of parking. Parking is very small. We have only 237 parking, and we need more. So that's it, I think.
So that gives you like a brief introduction how, you know, the structure of a mosque and some of the organization. It's like the imam is the director of the affairs, the internal affairs of the mosque. Then we have kind of like an executive committee which handles things involving the city or things involving finances. And then we'll have another a board of directors. There's a board of trustees and a board of directors. And the board of directors will handle affairs if we have events and stuff. So that's...
The reason we have those boards is because we're registered as a non-profit organization, not because there's something in the Quran that says your mosque must have a board of trustees with 7. It's just because we're a non-profit organization.
So when you learn about Islam, oftentimes you'll find, the best source, obviously, if you want to learn about Islam, is to open the Quran or the books of Hadith and learn it yourself. But you won't really get a grasp of the Muslim people because it's such a diverse group. So sitting at this table, my parents are from Pakistan. His father is from Kuwait, of Kurdish ancestry. His mother is from Mexico. The imam is from Pakistan. Even though my parents are from Pakistan, he's from Pakistan, our backgrounds are totally different regions of Pakistan. So if we go back to our native lands, he speaks a completely different language than the language that my parents speak. So that goes for, so Pakistan can serve as a microcosm for the Islamic world at large. 4 major provinces, and yet the only thing binding these people is Islam. The fact that they pray the same, they believe in, they refer to God with the same name, and they have the same prophets. Often, this is one source of pride amongst Muslims, that we have one of the most diverse religions, and yet we all manage to stay together. But oftentimes it's also the source of a lot of conflicts within the Muslim world. So, I kind of made an outline, and as I go on this outline, feel free to raise your hand at any time and ask any questions. If you hear me talk, I tend to veer off into different topics, but feel free to ask anything. You can never, grasp the diversity of the Muslim world. Starting from just the Middle East itself, just the term Arab is not shared by all people that we would consider Arabs. For example, Egyptians call themselves Arabs. The Saudis call themselves, people of the Gulf, Arab with a small a. The Lebanese call themselves Arab with a small a, but they mostly call themselves Phoenician. People from Iran hate to be called Arabs. They call themselves Persians, even though there's no Persian, but that's another topic. You go to the largest Muslim country, Indonesia, has, they share nothing in common with the Middle East and South Asia. Our languages are different. They're primarily Sunni. There's a lot of Shias in the Muslim world. When you take, and we'll go into the differences between the two later, but if you take Indonesia out of the equation, there's 200 million Muslims. If you take Malaysia out, that's over another 100 million. If you take Singapore, you take the 20 million Muslims out of China. And if you take just the Middle East, including, Iran, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, it's almost like a 50-50 split between Sunnis and Shias. And so when you have the diversity of languages, the diversity of culture, and the diversity of religious sects, it can create one of two things. It can create, this beautiful melting pot of different people, or it can create a bomb. Mixing the wrong homogeneous ingredients can often lead to bad things. So I want the Imam to talk a little bit about the concept of jihad that you hear on TV a lot, and if we could just talk briefly about that.
Okay. Well, the word jihad, I believe it's the most misunderstood at this time. The word jihad is the Arabic word, and it means struggling or striving for any cause. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used that word into several different occasions, such as, he said, if a woman make a trip to Mecca, that's a jihad for her. And Prophet says, if your parents are very old and you serve them and you provide your service to them and be patient with them, that's your jihad. And also, Prophet says, if the ruler is very aggressive and very mean, and then you be patient on his rules and regulations, that's your jihad. So if you look at the word jihad, Quran mentions several places, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, mentioned several places. It means struggling, or it means doing something, at the best of your ability. That's considered jihad. In one ayah of the Quran, Allah said, God Almighty said, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلُنَا. Whoever pay attention and work hard, we will guide that person to our mercy and blessing. So that means, basically, when you do something and you show your dedication, that's your jihad. However, it could be used when you are in, for example, in defensive of Islam and your property and your religion. So that basically can be used as a jihad. It's not necessarily, it means war. That's number one. Two, holy war. That term is prohibited in Islam. There is no such war considered holy. And as a matter of fact, the word holy war is been mentioned in the Old Testament, but not in Islamic. Any book, any script, no translation in any of the Quran word as a holy war, because Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, hate war, as a matter of fact. Yes, he was engaged in his time because the war was imposed on him and he has to defend himself. For 13 years in Mecca, you know, all the companions of the Prophet, they were struggling and they were facing a lot of oppression and a lot of death and threatening from people of Mecca, but they never even throw a small stone to anybody. They never even curse any person because that was prohibited. And then when they moved to Medina, and a year, you know, they were Sahaba, peace be upon him, they were basically, when somebody kick you out and somebody basically take over your property, your everything you have. So the people of Mecca, what they did, they started selling the home of the immigrants, Muslims. Whoever left from Mecca, they used to sell their homes, sell their property, and distribute among them. And that was kind of very hard for the early Muslim to take it. And then they've been praying to God that we need to defend ourselves. And in the end, when people of Mecca, they planned to not only, selling the property, they start sending messages that they're going to attack on Medina, where the Muslims get together. But then the war was allowed. And the first word was revealed regarding the war. It was Udhina lil-Madina, which means the permission has been given to those they are impressed and they are dragged out from their homes. So, first of all, there is no war of choice in Islam, period. All it is allowed in Islam is when you defend yourself. And also, I will share that there are so many misconceptions that the two gentlemen will discuss with the detail. But I think is because because of some actions which has been done by Muslims, so-called, or happen to be Muslims, and that brings the images even more worse. But that not necessarily means the religion allow itself. So basically, the terrorism is prohibited. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that whoever created terror in any scale, that person is not peaceful and is not on my lifestyle. In the Quran, God says, whoever take a soul of one person as if he killed the entire humanity. So, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we will look at his teaching. He said, it is permissible for you to go for hunting, but for one condition, the hunting has to be for eating purpose. So, hunting as a hobby, or hunting for just you like it, is not permissible in Islam. You cannot take the soul of any animal because you want to. There's only two ways that you can take the soul of the animal in Islam. One, you slaughter animal to eat. And the second, if the animal attack on you and yourself is in danger. So you can basically, if somebody attack on you, then you can take it off that animal. Otherwise, all animal insects, it's haram to kill them. So again, Islam emphasizes on peace. The last happened to be last Friday. My topic was the peace in Islam, and it is amazing that one of the name of the God is the peace, and the word Islam also is borrowed from salama, which means the peace or submission to the will of God. And when we meet each other, we say Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be upon you. That one of the door to heaven is a Bab as-Salam, which means the door of peace. So Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he emphasized on peaceful life so much that a Muslim cannot be violent at all. This is what Islam says. Well, what we hear about the media, that's a different story. But I'm not only accusing media. there is so much ignorance in Islamic world as well. So much depression in Islamic world because of that, because of economy, because of so many other facts. You know, some fanaticism exists everywhere, you know, in Islamic world as well. But that's not Islamic teaching. You know, the guy who blew up the building in Oklahoma City, the guy who killed so many people in Waco, Texas, that's not Christianity. That's against the Christians' teaching. But happened to be, they were